Okay, now he is. I mean, it seems like this guy can probably do anything he wants. But let me read this article here. He is now number one on iTunes. I mean, but a little bit of weird controversy going on with like Billboard and just whether the song's gonna be it's number one overall and stuff. Just because there's a lot of stuff kind of muddled in this. Let me read this article and then we'll talk about it. Ben Shapiro's new song hit number one on iTunes. How did that happen? And this is by, what is this? The Guam Daily Post. We don't discriminate around here. They're all garbage. So, this is a Washington Post article. So, whatever. They're all owned by the same, like 10 different conglomerates, which are all owned by like two. So, whatever. Ben Shapiro, a right-wing political commentator known for his incendiary takes, just made his rap debut with a Spitfire song called Facts. It soared to the number one spot in the iTunes store, sitting above recent pop and hip-hop hits from the likes of Megan Thee Stallion, Justin Timberlake, and Jack Harlow. The song, a collaboration between Shapiro and Canadian rap artist Tom Macdonald, is packed with lyrics that take aim at critics, the culture wars, the rap game in general, the rap genre in general, and calls out rap artists Nicki Minaj and Lizzo. Let's look at this. This is lines from the song. Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo. My pockets are fat. Shapiro raps. Later he adds, Nicki, take some notes. I just did this for fun. All my people download this. Let's get a Billboard number one. So it's, if you listen to the song, Ben's about as robotic as he always is. He's not, you watch the video too, he's just very robotic. They obviously did some kind of auto tune or whatever to make his voice sound weird. He probably literally just spoke it and then they just auto tuned it in. But anyways, it's funny. It's funny in the way that's relevant, right? As anything like that. Being number one appears to be a big deal for Shapiro, who founded the Daily Wire in 2015 and currently hosts his own political podcast and radio show. He recently changed his bio on X, formerly Twitter, to read "World's Number One Rapper." Obviously, it's jest. Like, let's relax. He's just screwing around. He titled one of his recent YouTube podcast videos, "I Am America's Number One Rapper," in which he played the entire Facts music video while praising the success of his song. So he's obviously, this is like in jest. He's just kidding around, but they're going to take this all literally, like he thinks he's the number one rapper. He's just basically, it's tongue in cheek. He's saying like, look, we put a song out, a rap song about the bullshit that's going on in culture right now, and it hits number one. So it's making that point that people are just sick of the garbage, right? People are sick of this weird cultural shift we had happen maybe over the last 10 years, right? So Facts is officially the top song in the world on iTunes. Rap God status unlocked, Shapiro said in an X post on Tuesday. Again, he's just messing around. I just want to thank God I am Tom Macdonald and my parents who paid for 15 years of classical violin lessons so I could become the number one rapper in America. So he's just goofing around, obviously, right? No one is fantastic on their first outing, but Ben did better than a lot of the guys you see in the mainstream who have been doing this for years, Macdonald said. Much of the song's success so far has been seen on Apple Tunes, which ranks its songs based on direct downloads and buys. So that's what's funny about it, right? So it's almost like they're saying, oh, it's only number one on iTunes. I would think that if the song is selling a lot, it's making a lot of sales, that would be why that would be sort of the, where you would measure it as number one. Not a bunch of streams and a bunch of downloads. People are streaming it on the streaming services and stuff. That's typically kids, right? Like I've literally been with my friends, like at a friend's house or something like that, and their young children are streaming a song over and over and over, like 10, 15 times in a row. Just repeat. There's no money being made there. You're selling advertisements to an 8-year-old or 7-year-old? Their 15 streams in a row really means anything? It's the dollar bills that mean something. So that's a big deal that it actually hit number one on iTunes. It shows that people are actually sick of this culture war nonsense that's going on the other side, and they're willing to throw their money at it. Like probably half the people that bought this song, no offense to the number one rapper in the world, don't care about the song. Like, I would buy the song and then never listen to it again. Just buy it to support it and just, the only reason why I haven't, to be honest, is because I don't want it on my phone. So it just runs the rotation. I'd rather just give $5 and say, just, leave me alone. I'm not a big fan of this type of music. But, anyways, okay. So I want to read this one little part here. Here it is right here. So is Facts really a hit? Facts held the #1 spot on iTunes Music's as of Wednesday, January 31st, sitting ahead of Megan Thee Stallion's Hiss and Nicki Minaj's Bigfoot. According to Apple, iTunes numbers are calculated by what songs are downloaded and bought through iTunes, different from Apple Music, which purely measures streams. Streaming numbers paint a different picture. As of Wednesday morning, the song had just over 1 million listens on Spotify. On Apple Music, the song had cracked the top 100, or hadn't cracked the top 100 songs in the country. Apple did not share data about the song's overall streaming numbers. Again, see what I mean? So they're saying, it didn't even crack the 100 top songs. What, according to streaming? So because a bunch of kids are streaming a song? Like, come on, man. They're going to skew those numbers to make it look like it didn't do as well as it's doing, right? Label artists have access to playlisting and resources that independents do not, said Macdonald on the song's success on iTunes compared with streaming. If we want to compete with them on Billboard charts, this is the way to do it. The full scope of Shapiro's success won't be known until next week, blah, blah, blah. Shapiro and Macdonald claimed on Monday that YouTube was suppressing the song by not promoting it as the #1 trending song despite its views. On Wednesday, the song sat in third place behind Hiss and Bigfoot. We're outperforming her in every metric, Macdonald said Monday. They're not allowing us to pass Megan and hit that #1 spot. The Facts music video has more than 9.7 million views on Macdonald's YouTube page. In the comments section, Macdonald encourages listeners to download the song on iTunes, which costs $1.29. Meanwhile, the Hiss music video on Megan Thee Stallion has just under 8.2 million views on YouTube, and the Bigfoot audio video has 3.7 million views on Minaj's page. So, okay, so it's beating them both there. Again, see what I mean? It's like, and if you look here, it says that Macdonald has 4.36 million YouTube subscribers, same roughly as Megan Thee Stallion. The same as, Megan. And, sorry, what does that say? Macdonald and Megan have near identical subscribers. Macdonald with 4.7 and Megan Stallion, she has 5.96. Okay, so he's got 4.36 and she's got 5.96 million. I would wager a guess that his 4.36 million are a lot more engaged than those 5.96 million, but that's just my feel on it. So anyways, so #1 song, what do you think? Do you think it's actually #1 or was #1 now that I'm looking? Joe has helped me out, says not #1 anymore. I don't know. It's, again, like I said, when you start to put all the metrics in there, I think it's probably #1. It's probably going to make the most money. And realistically, I think that's what you should care about. You shouldn't really care about streams all that much. I could get 100 million people watching this channel, but if I didn't make $1 off that 100 million, those 100 million views, would I care? I don't know.